No, those are fair points. I mean, I don't agree with all of them, but those are really fair points, and like, I know it's easy for us to say blame it on Biden, but I guess we do that because he's the president, right? But
Well, he
the
literally said he
reality
was
is,
against the
I,
ceasefire.
I know what he said, but there's a game behind that too. Right? I'm no fan of Joe. There's not a war that I think that Joe has ever disliked, right? Um, so
Mm-mm.
he's a warmonger too. But if he said, because this is all brinksmanship and stupid games play, even though it's real people's lives who are being lost, like real people, like people need to really hear me when I say real
Real
people,
people.
right? Not just living people, real people. Got a mother, got a daughter. We have Thanksgiving, we have birthdays, we celebrate school plays, we sit around the table and do study time, we read the Quran or the Bible together. We real people, every
Yep.
bit as complicated as you and I, and love their family every bit as much as you and I. Real people are being murdered and killed indiscriminately while the game is being played. So now, what I'm gonna say right now is just about the game. So it's not me advocating for it; it's just me explaining a piece of it from my perspective. Joe Biden has no authority over Israel,
Correct. I
so
agree with
he
that.
can go out there and he can say whatever he want to say. But if he says something he can't back up, he looks a fool. So that then makes America look a fool. So he has to be real careful what he says because the real power sits in Congress. And Congress is currently broken with the House of Representatives who dictates the money. So you got the House of Representatives who are holding up the money on all these different things and trying to do horrible things to other people, right? Basically, truly co signing this murder and destruction that's
Right.
happening around the world. And then we blame Biden because he's the figurehead. And he should get blamed because he's a president, but I'm just saying it's not all on him. He's going to say what he has to say publicly and privately based on what cards he has in his deck. And right now, with the way our Congress works and the way more than, well, not more, approximately half of our nation is wired, this is just bad news, right? Like, I would prefer in an ideal land or world or scenario that America got its stuff together and said, you know what? Israel, we're your number one benefactor. We love you and we're here to keep you alive, keep you strong, all that good stuff. But look here, you're running an apartheid state in the year 2023. South Africa got rid of theirs in the 90s. We
Yep.
got rid of ours in the 60s. You still have this going on. We cannot pay for this. So we are going to withdraw our financial support. Politically, we're here for you, blah, 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 blah. But we can't send dollars so long as you are actively doing this, expanding settlements, stealing land, and doing these incursions. We can't pay for this. Now, what I've heard is that the reason why we won't say that is because, of course, dysfunction within Congress and lobbyists and
And
PAC money and
APAC.
all that good stuff,
Yep,
right?
APAC.
But and then the other part though is, well, that then maybe Israel will become more aligned with China or Russia. Let's see them do it, right? Stop. Like, I mean, the way we negotiate is wild to me, right? Like,
Because we
this
negotiate.
ain't.
Yeah, right. Because I think
Because we
that's what's.
always in this country, we don't use common sense. We use
Nope.
fear. We always
Well,
use
fear is
fear.
good. Fear is useful. But what I'm saying though is,
It's
if somebody's
useful.
going to
It's
tell you
useful
that
to
I'm
a
going to go to
point.
Russia and Russia is persecuting Jews, which they are, you telling me, nah, you know what, Israel? Try that. I bet I, no.
I mean,
Check, stop.
that's what
And
some
watch
of
how
us
fast Israel turns around and says, no, wait.
that's what some of us on the left have been calling for is for the US to say, hey, keep it up with this apartheid business. Our money is gone. Will that happen? Nope. It will not because
And I'm not advocating for the money to stop. I'm saying that it should be conditional and be willing to stop the money. You see what I'm saying?
oh, I'm saying
Like,
it should be stopped.
well, here's the reason why I'm not saying that it should be stopped, because there's more involved with this money. I had a great conversation with this lady. I don't know if it was at work or somewhere else, but they were talking about all this money that goes across. She's a conservative lady. All this money we spend in all these different countries. And I said, do you realize that if you added up all the money we send around the world, is that much of our budget?
It's
that
5 to 10%.
right? We not. It ain't like this is breaking the bank, people. Okay, so what you do, and it's a dirty game, but the world's a dirty place. You keep Israel in your pocket so that you will have somewhere to land your planes, somewhere to put your troops, somewhere to stage things. You keep Israel and Saudi Arabia and all these other, in my opinion, bad actors in your pocket because they're serving a logistical value in a violent world that we are very active in.
And
right? Well, yeah, but at a certain point, what you gonna do? Like, we live in the time that we live in, right? So like America has been stirring the pot and slapping people upside the head and stealing stuff from people and bullying people for 200 years. Okay, so that means we got a lot of people who don't like us. So if you want to unilaterally, be like, hey, you know what, guys, we've been terrible. We're going to stop that. I'm sorry. You do what you do. The moment you do that, because this is the reality of it, you're going to be fighting even more.